my Devara was always NTR. Because, there is a lot of drama for the character. And I know what kind of emotional person Tarak is. He's very intense. He excels in drama. There is one more NTR. We know that he's going to come in part 2, which I liked. Actually, some people said this to me. They were very confident about that.
There are a lot of news about, there are some big cameos happening from some very well-known people.
Yes.
What I hear.
And
any confirmations?
Not yet. We're going to announce very soon. I wouldn't say cameos also. There'll be there are very important characters in the film.
Okay.
I think they'll be unveiled very soon, character by character. See, I would love to see, Ranveer or Ranbir. I would love to see. I don't know. It's a spoiler alert. I don't want to reveal too many.
Anybody from in the wish list? We don't know if they are there. Anyone from the Telugu, Tamil industry that we might know that you want to have?
Yeah. Because I know if I reveal some names, there will be too much of assumptions.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rudrani, and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. My guest today is extremely talented, and I'm sure he's very, very excited, like all the fans been, because of the stupendous success of Devara. I'm of course talking about very talented Koratala Siva. Thank you so much for joining in, sir. Like I was saying, I know it must be exciting for you as well, right? Because you have spent years in building kind of your baby, your dream project, and then to kind of get validated is something else.
Yes. Equally excited and happy for the end result. The appreciation coming all across India is immense. And I just want to thank all the audience for the appreciation and embracing the film so much.
I think what is also wonderful about a project like this is that you were able to kind of, pull off the vision that you had. Like on paper, everything can be fine, but then to make it look authentic and believable on screen can be something else altogether, right? I want to know a little bit of the ups and downs that you may have faced while creating a vision like this. Because I think it'll be interesting for the audience to know the kind of hard work that you guys put in.
Yeah, because the idea itself is very ambitious because the protagonist being the fear in the film. Generally, the protagonist becomes the courage for a group of people in any film. But he being the fear, I just want a different world for the story to happen. So we built this coastal side of India, the forgotten coastal lands. So, the story is new, the backdrop is very new. It sounds fun. But once we started prepping, because handling water is not an easy thing. And we can't go into the real waters and shoot because water is so rough and very unpredictable. So then we came to know that we have to create our own waters, own ocean itself. So we need big technicians, big VFX artists and everything. So while prepping itself, we know that we are going to enter into a different world. So we built our own tank and we produced our own waves in our waters. And we took our actors onto our waters and we made them perform there. But for that, we need big technicians who can understand how the ocean is going to be, what kind of light it should be, the source lights, the wave patterns, how the boat should look like, and how the oars should look like. So luckily, we have great technicians like Sabu Siddhi sir, who is one of the biggest production designers in India, who has done already Bahubali and Triple R. And we have Ratnavelu, DOP, who has handled Robo. So we have Yugandhar, a very senior VFX supervisor, and we have Anirudh as a music director. So it was like, it's not an easy thing. It's fun to watch, but making actors perform on the water and extending the ocean, so maintaining the light, make them stand on the boats, just go onto the waters. It's a very, I wouldn't say, hectic, but we should be very careful. because water is so unpredictable. Though our tank is just 6 feet deep, but it's like the actors will have that phobia of water, so they need to forget that, and they need to perform under pressure. I need to get the right expressions. So and then to action on the water. It's just if it's a passing shot on the water, it's okay. There's a lot of action involved on the water. So this is all I don't know how it happened, but some magic happened, and we got this.
So how many days did it take for you to build the world, like the tank included? And also how many gallons? I want to know, like, it must have been massive. You say 6 feet deep, but imagine the expanded version of that. It's incredible. I want to know how many days that took.
Yeah, so exactly, at least for the boats, just to pass from this end to that end, I need a little bit of a bigger tank.
Correct.
So we built around 200 by 200 water tank. We combined 2 floors. We broke the wall and we made Asia's biggest floor because I want in a very controlled environment, in a controlled light. If it's a night, I need to shoot in a controlled light. So it's like 200 by 200 water tank. Imagine 6 feet water producing waves. And I need one more tank under the water because I can't make the actors go into this tank, because so there are 2 tanks now. One is over the water, one is under the water. So so under the water tank, it's 18 feet deep because I need to get the light right. I need to move the actors at least, because I shouldn't see the borders of the tank.
Yeah.
I need to see some depth. So it's like we took 6 months to build the tanks, and 200 by 200 will consume at least 30 lakh liters of water. 30 lakh liters, and I need to put it clean always. And imagine under the water, because actors need to go under the water. I need at least pure water, like RO water. So I need to get it from some pharma companies. I need to see that water is very clear. Water is so unpredictable. Once 2 persons go inside, if you have a little detergent on your shirt itself, the water gets murky, and the depth goes blurry.
Yeah.
So I should make sure that everyone is clean, whoever enters into the tank, get my shot right. So this almost took 6 to 8 months for the prep, and then we took. Yes.
But that just sounds incredible.
Yeah.
You know what is interesting? It's a 2-part question. Of course, we come to casting, of course, Jr NTR and envisioning the entire thing with him. So that you have to explain to me how that went about. Why did you think him particularly, and how long was that conversation going to what happened? And my second part of the same question is, this is something that Jr NTR has never done.
Yeah.
It really put him in a different way. A lot of people would call it risky, right? Because they want to see their star in a certain way, and then they want you to keep doing that because that works for them. And not just the audience, I think even directors and a lot of people, put that thinking, nahi, yahi karte hain. I feel like you really went ahead, and this was a kind of a risky thing if you look at it. I want to know about your thoughts on that statement that I just.
So firstly, it was like, so my Devara was always NTR. Because, there is a lot of drama for the character. And I know what kind of emotional person Tarak is. He's very intense. He excels in drama. So he's a good dancer. He does action right. That's okay. But the best part of him is drama. He excels in that. He emotes well in every scene. So obviously, just for NTR sir, I always love to write drama. Intense drama, there should be a lot of conflict points, inner conflict points. So I made sure that it's there, because for that kind of actor, I need strong drama. So Tarak was in, and I need very strong character opposite NTR sir, who can be equally intense, who can be equally strong and equally powerful. I don't know why, because I felt always Saif sir is a very honest actor in whatever he does, be it romance, be it comedy, and everything. And his work in Omkara left a strong imprint on me. So I thought my Bhaira is Saif Ali Khan, always. So once I approached him, I gave him a 3 hour long narration, and he was into that, and he was a little scared. So, can I pull this off? I don't know why you came. You came to me. I don't know whether I can do that. Somewhere interior south, down south, I can't be that. I don't know their body language, the rituals there. So I said, sir, you're honest. That's enough for me. The best part of him is he comes like a layman to the shoot. He tries to get into the character. He listens to everyone. So I want that kind of a person. That's how Saif sir is on board. And, because the film is all about the main confrontation is between Devara and Bhaira. So in that way, I just thought once my look test is done, I thought this is my Devara and this is my Bhaira. I'm going to enjoy this. So these are the two main characters, and all the other characters were very easy because they know the character well. They were they were already part of my world. So that's how Devara and Bhaira are in. Yeah. Because I get bored very soon. I'm that kind of a guy. So I make sure that my story doesn't sound routine at all. So it's not a challenge. It's not risky because my stories are never into the comfort zone. I try to pick some new drama, new narrative always. So I never felt that this is risky. And luckily, with an actor like NTR, you can pull this off. Something new always will work. I strongly believe. To be very honest, I never believed that this is risky at all. Even the look part, see, generally, the costume drama with this kind of get-ups, generally, Tarak has never done that earlier. But once all the look tests were done, I'm pretty confident that he can pull this off. Because he's a very natural, he's not a fake one. So, the way he carried Devara, the way he carried Vara, small nuances, little difference between the characters, he understood the characters well. So, my journey was very smooth. It's not much of a thing for me. With an actor like NTR, he's like director's dream actually. But to be very honest, I didn't direct. I started enjoying just watching the monitor. They performing actually, yeah.
Because you said that, what is your favorite Devara scene? Let's put it that way. And how you thought of the chemistry between Janhvi and Jr NTR.
The best part of Devara is a little very intense character. He's a very serious character in the film. And the way, we designed the action in such a way that it shouldn't look gore actually. So that's why even now all the kids are also enjoying the action because it was a little poetic. The action sequences looks like a painting. Even the blood visuals also. So that's the biggest compliment I have ever got. That's because of my stunt directors and the way Tarak performed. He's very strong in action. And coming to the best scene, the drama of Devara. In one scene, I don't know if you have watched the film or not.
I have watched the film. Please go ahead. Love to dissect.
So in one scene, he goes to one woman saying that because that woman's son gets killed with the weapons they bought. And so he goes to the lady and he admits himself that I'm the sole reason for your son's death. Please excuse me, I'll make sure that no other mother will face the same kind of pain what you have gone through. Trust me, Amma. See, the way he performs, his wet eyes, his shake in his voice. I love always his drama actually rather than action because he's strong in action, I know, but his drama, his emotions are his forte actually. So I love that scene.
The scene when he goes absolutely crazy to tell them that you have to stand against me and I have taken action before he disappears. Is a massive action sequence and a continuous. Can you tell me whether it was a continuous in the way you had to and how it was shot? Because I think it was Fantastic.
Yeah, so that was an action sequence which is happening on the shore, and even I have put the set for that shore also. See, the waves should come to the shore and go back exactly. The light should be controlled, and there's a crazy moon shot where the blood goes and becomes the full moon, that crescent moon shot.
Correct.
Yeah, each shot was designed. I made sure that this action sequence should look very poetic. Every shot should be remembered, and it shouldn't be gore at all. But there is a bloodbath in the action. So we made sure that we did a lot of exercise on that. It should look like a painting. That was the main motto. So luckily, we have got Peter Hines, one of the biggest stunt actors in India. We made sure that every shot was designed properly, it was rehearsed properly, every shot. And that's one of the best action sequences even I have ever made.
100%.
Yeah.
We should bring up Janhvi, of course. A lot of people always mention about how Sridevi and NTR at that time were a very, very famous pair, right? Like on-screen pair, and they did so many films together. Yes. And it kind of like comes in a full circle for Janhvi to see that she's been paired with Jr NTR, right? And she's been saying this from the day the film was announced.
Yeah.
How do you look at their chemistry? People keep talking about the age gap, right? But when it came together on screen, it seemed seamless. I want to know, were there doubts? Were there any specifications that you wanted from them? Because it kind of turned out beautifully.
Yeah, see, in the beginning, everyone was little hesitant whether Janhvi can do deep south, and that too such kind of a rooted character. But once she came here and we had a look at, she's almost there. I don't know how, because I think because of Sridevi Ma'am, because of her origin, I think she has got that thing in her genes. The way she wore the half sari, the way she carried the fish, looked at herself, we know that she's my Tangam. So I think she has got that thing inside her. Very rooted, very disciplined, and the way very intense actor like Tarak. Even Tarak, Janhvi used to be scared to perform with NTR sir. But one day, the first day of their shoot, even NTR sir said that she's here to stay. The way she delivered, the way she has got her own timing, the pauses, the way she looks into NTR sir's eyes, phenomenal. I think she has got that from Sridevi Ma'am. Because I used to tell her that, Sridevi Ma'am has got one magic thing. When she looks at the camera, she feels that there are lakhs of audience behind the camera. She knows how to play to the gallery. She knows how to capture everyone. I said just one expression, she'll make sure that everyone go mad. Make sure that it's not lens. There are lakhs of audience behind that. Just play to them. And the way she did was like, that's why people love Janhvi so much here. She's like Sridevi Ma'am. Yeah.
I think you must be because you said that in a way that, that one expression is so important. I think the way the song has been accepted, because she's phenomenal in it. Her role also is that of a seductress, right? But there's so much grace in that. I feel, so I want you to talk about that a little bit and, tell us what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah, because she said, I know that she's a good dancer, but she said that her dance in Bombay is different. It's little, stylish moves and that thing. But here, dance is dance, proper dance. And the two with NTR sir. But she did her own homework. She knows how to give it. But the way she danced opposite NTR sir said, no, boss, she's the one hell of a thing. She comes here prepared. She has done her own rehearsals. She's very strong in front of the camera, very confident. She danced at par with NTR sir. So I should say that she's not new to South now, because she knows the pulse of South very much.
That's a huge compliment for Janhvi. When this interview is going to be out, I think she's going to be over the moon. But, I just want to know, how do you look at the way her character will develop in the second part? I know that here it was obviously smaller, because there is so much that you had to show. The conflict had to be bigger than anything else here, right? I feel like people, but tell me how you look at her and the world of Devara, particularly part 2.
Yeah, because I need to establish my characters very strongly in part one. So I need to take my own time to establish the conflict points and their strengths. All, be it Devara, be it Bhaira, be it Janhvi, be it Raipa, all the characters. Very strong woman in the film, be it Zarina Ma'am, Shruti Marathi, and so Janhvi, it's just the establishment of Tangam. She's a very bold woman in the film. A woman handling all the monsters there. So she has got her own strengths in part two. The way she unfolds, the way she works to get her own man, because she has got her own uh, set of rules for her man. I don't need just a male. I need a proper man in my life. Otherwise, I'll wait. There is a funny scene in the film where if nobody is there, I'm ready to marry Devara also.
Yeah, correct.
Such kind of a bold lady, actually. So the drama between Vara and her in part two, and the length she goes to achieve that, I think she'll be one of the best in part two. She's going to be very, very important in part two.
Because you said that, you have to give us little more details for part 2. I mean, little, how much ever you can. Tell us, how do you look at the setting and the development of main characters in it? What can the audience expect? The ones who really now that we know who the main characters are, what is happening in their lives. And of course, what happens to Vara? We saw, of course, that, now he's taking center stage. We know that. But what truly happens? Does he deal with the guilt? All of that.
So it's like, see, now the audience came to know that even Vara is strong, actually.
Yeah.
But the screen characters, all the important characters in the film doesn't even know yet that even Vara is strong. Say, what if they come to know about Vara? And what happened to Devara exactly? So what's the drama between Vara and Devara? In one night, something happened between Vara and Devara. So what happened exactly that night? So will they come together or not? So will be the main part of part two, actually. See, what did exactly Vara do to Devara? Even we don't know. And there was a strong visual in the first half of the film.
Correct.
There were 50 to 60 skeletons under the water. And nobody knows whose skeletons are those, whose are those. So trust me, and you'll get goosebumps when you come to know exactly who are they.
Mm-hmm.
And the culmination of all the characters in the film, be it Bhaira, be it Raipa, be it the second generation, Bhaira's son, Kunjara's son, their drama, what are they going to do to achieve that? Will they get back to the sea or not? There are too many questions to be answered.
And my one more question is, I'm assuming there'll be many cameos.
Yeah. There are actually.
There are a lot of news about, there are some big cameos happening from some very well-known people.
Yes.
What I hear.
And
any confirmations?
Not yet. We're going to announce very soon. I wouldn't say cameos also. There'll be they're very important characters in the film.
Okay.
I think they'll be unveiled very soon, character by character.
If there's an opportunity of more characters, I'm just saying, as a director, which are the other actors you would love to have in this world of Devara?
Yeah, actually, I have my own wish list. Yeah, I don't know whether they can happen or not.
I want to hear it. I want to hear the wish list.
See, to be very honest, I would love to see, Ranveer or Ranbir. I would love to see. I don't know exactly.
Sure.
And there are many more. It's a spoiler alert. I don't want to reveal too many.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anybody from in the wish list? We don't know if they are there. Anyone from the Telugu, Tamil industry that we might know that you want to have?
Yeah. Because I know if I reveal some names, there will be too much of assumptions. How they write.
Too much of discussion whether it is happening or not, and the fans are going to be very excited.
Yeah. No, I'll try to reveal them very soon.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to push any further. But I have one thing. He's known as this mass actor, right? NTR. So I know that the collections are important, but you all did get massive, collections. But what went beyond for you? What was it that truly mattered for you, and how much did you think in your head? Okay, if I get this much, I'll be happy. I mean, you're among the directors who concentrates on the drama and we see, but you also know the importance of box office, right? Because and you openly say it. So I want to discuss this with you.
Yeah, numbers are always important. I don't say numbers because in trade, we are accountable for everything.
Correct.
So I make because we spent a bomb on the film.
Yeah.
And we sold it for higher prices. We were very happy that all the buyers entered into the safe zone on the fourth day itself, which happened never before. And some centers on October 2nd itself, every buyer called me and said that, sir, we bought for a heavy price, but we were into safe zone on the fifth day itself, which rarely happens. And I'm happy, and let them count the profits. I just want to listen from them after this weekend. I'm happy for them.
Which is, fantastic. Of course, you never can make everybody happy. So have you read a little bit of the criticisms and taken into account that maybe you'd like to think about it in the second part? Are there things that you have read that you have thought about?
Not exactly. Yeah, because, my story has got enough beat points and most interest levels. And lots of people, I'm flooded with questions. What happens there? What happens in part two? I said, boss, let me write. Anyway, you'll watch part two next year. So let's wait, I said. Yeah.
So basically, you like to tell them who have questions or have criticism that to wait for the second part to answer on your basically doubts.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the questions more rather than the answers because they have too many questions actually.
The theories basically.
Yeah, exactly. And there were too many answers also. Because every day I'm listening to a new story, what happens in part two, and I'm enjoying all that.
Is there any theory that you really like? People make their own theory after they read. Like, after Bahubali, like Kattaba Kyun Mara, there was a whole theory. I want to know if there's anything interesting that you've read that you're like, this is so innovative.
Yeah, and somebody told me there is, so other than Devara and Vara, there is one more NTR. We know that he's going to come in part two, which I liked. Actually, some people said this to me. They were very confident about that. And I love that.
I love how they are helping you in writing the second part. They're like, I think it is there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about all of that. I feel it's incredible, right? Like actors, I feel directors like you who have really contributed to visions like this in filmmaking have a lot of pressure, right? You are judged, of course, you're saying numbers don't matter, like you want to work for it, but at the end, people judge you on that. I want to know how do you deal with the times when films don't work? This is of course great, your film's doing fantastic. But there have been times, right? The last time Acharya did work. How did you deal with that situation? Because people are very easily writing you off saying that, now is over. But then you come back and then you make like one of the most massive films like this. So what takes Koratala Siva to stay in the game?
So because I know my strengths and my own weaknesses, actually. I'm such kind of a person who knows my strengths well. Because I have, there's hardly one failure in my life. That's it. So my strength is writing. So I know that I can write better stories always. Stories does matter always. That will turn into success. That will turn, stories only will turn into box office numbers. I need a good story, that's all. So till then, see, I can write the story, I can write a new story. Till then, I'm safe. I don't take too much of baggage. Because if I have a strong character, if I have strong drama and a strong story in my hands, I'm glad that, I've got a success in my hands. I don't take too much of baggage at all. I leave the baggage there. There'll be a lot of expectations, this thing, that thing. But I don't take that at all, honestly. I'll be true to my story. This is the story I'm going to tell. Let me narrate it in a beautiful way. That's it. That's the only thing which runs in my mind always.
Which is why you are where you are. I know Devara 2 is happening. But there are so many stories every day about how there are a lot of very massive actors who you're planning projects in the future with. So please let us know if any of it is true. I know you're writing something else besides Devara 2 is what I've heard. But I've asked you directly, please let us know so that the fans can be a little more excited about that as well.
Exactly. See, I have stories, but I don't have actors. So let me approach the actors first. So, because see, I want to direct good actors like Allu Arjun, Ranbir Kapoor. You know, I just I love to see them perform in my stories.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but not as a director, but so as an audience. So hopefully, let's see what will happen. We don't know.
So you mentioned Allu Arjun. We've already heard that there is something you're already working on with him. Is it like a rumor, or that is there nothing that is happening there?
No, it's on the cards because
It's on the card.
we've been discussing. We should see the exact timeline should match. Hopefully, it should happen.
Now I'm going to ask some really fun questions, and you have to just tell me whatever comes in your mind. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
please.
go. Okay, what according to you is Jr NTR's best work till now?
His movie called as Temper.
I must.
Yeah, because in South, it's tough to pull a character of grey shade, but the way he pulled it off. It was such a mass hero, demigod image, pulling it off with grace, grey shade. He's got his own emotional trauma. It was lovely to watch him in Temper.
What according to you is Koratala Siva's best work?
To be very honest, Devara.
Yeah?
Yeah, after part 2, I could say, but till now,
Devara.
yeah,
Okay, which is quite honest to be
very honest.
Okay. What is one thing you would really hope someone tries to do with Jr NTR, a genre? Because he's so versatile, like you say, that he hasn't done yet. What would you suggest?
I would love to see him in a period drama, actually, because I know his strength. The way he delivers his lines, such an intense actor, he can do anything. I want to see him in a very period drama fantasy kind of a film.
Who, according to you, is another actor, can be from any industry besides Jr NTR, who you think has incredible body of work and talent and needs to do more exciting stuff?
It's Ranbir Kapoor.
And what about female actor?
See, there are too many actresses, whom I like the most.
Okay.
Actually, Alia Bhatt is my favorite. She forgets the camera. I don't know why. She's a delight to watch.
Anybody from the Tamil, Telugu or Malayalam industry?
Yeah, because I love Samantha. Too many. Nicha Menon.
Yeah.
Anushka. Yeah.
Okay. While this is already a pan-India film, but if someone insists to do a remake of Devara, would you give the rights, and who would you think can do a good job at?
Yeah, if it's a remake, do you want to say actor or
Actor, the cast. Who should try?
Ranbir?
Ranbir Kapoor or Ranveer Singh?
Ranbir Kapoor.
Ranbir Kapoor. Okay. And who should play Janhvi's role?
Why not Janhvi itself?
Janhvi itself. I love it. Okay, yeah. I love it. What is one genre that you really want to explore and you haven't? And which actor would you really want to do it?
I really wanted to explore, but I can't do also. Is comedy. Because I love watching comedy films. Let me be the audience and enjoy that rather than exploring that. But I love that genre very much, comedy.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. It's been lovely chatting with you and dissecting. I hope you enjoyed it too.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you so much.